Hello everyone, I'm Sam. Welcome to Techniama. I got this Fujifilm X-A7 camera a few days ago for 1,780 ringgit, which is pretty cheap as the retail price is around 2,400 ringgit. Well, the reason it is so cheap is because it's a second-hand camera, but it is a 99% new camera because the previous owner just bought it and used it for a few times. Then he decided to sell it back to the shop because he does not like the user interface. So I know this is not a pro camera, and Fuji designs this camera to cater for a new generation of people who grew up taking photographs using their cell phones. So for older people like me, we may need a little bit of time to appreciate the simplified user interface which is new on a Fuji camera. So in a way it feels more like a carefree type of photography for me, which I'm okay with it because I like street photography and I do not like to shoot with a bulky camera that will intimidate some people when I roam around the neighborhood. This is not a full review. Maybe I will do one review episode later with Jerry, the other Techniama guy, who also bought a new camera recently. I just took a camera out for a spin after dinner because from what I heard, the sensor is really good for night photography. So these are some of the photos that I took from a short walk in my neighborhood. Generally speaking, I'm very impressed by the performance of this camera under low light. For most of the photos, I set the ISO and focus to automatic and shooting mode to M, which is manual. So I just control the shutter speed and the aperture using two dials on the camera. Occasionally, I would switch to program P mode and control the exposure compensation with only one dial. Frankly speaking, I have no complaint about the color. Fuji has a good track record for that. I think I only adjusted the saturation of 2 photos in this collection because I want them to be a bit more dramatic. For the rest of the photos, I just had minor curve adjustment here and there in Photoshop. For these light streak photos, I wasn't using a tripod, so forgive me if they're not sharp enough because I was just resting my hands on the railing of the bridge. The camera was not 100% steady for the long exposure. However, judging from the photos, the dynamic range of the camera is pretty cool as well, especially for a camera in this price range. The noise control for the high ISO is also surprisingly good. The only drawback for me is the lack of a viewfinder. But I can't complain here because Fuji designed this camera as a touch-based mirrorless camera. So if viewfinder is your deciding factor to get a new camera, this is definitely not the right camera for you. I would recommend anyone who are thinking to get more serious about photography with a budget to try this one out. It can be a pretty good travel companion as well. Okay, that's all for this episode. Do enjoy the rest of the slideshow and we will see you when we see you again on YouTube. Please remember to subscribe to our channel if you like this video. Till next time, bye bye.